why the eyeballs are facing one direction in the actual photo, and then in the reflection it looks like they're looking straight ahead. It's because there was two separate photographs. You just got to think on your toes like that. You just kind of outsmart the system and figure out ways to make happen the things you want to happen. If you can't capture it all in one photograph, which you generally can't, just take it in two photographs and morph the two together. My name is Clay Cox, and I teach graphic design at Auburn High School. And I think that graphic design is important because we live in such a visual culture. And whether or not you major in graphic design, which is a pretty explosive major right now and pretty explosive job market, it's good to know how to present yourself visually to make a corporate brand and establish that. I don't know what the word for it would be, but I guess eye-catching. Since we are in such a visual culture, it's hard to get noticed. And we learn how to do movie posters and business cards, T-shirts, and billboards, and anything that could be mass-produced art. Basically, it's an art class where we happen to use computers, just like drawing is an art class where you happen to use a pencil. Painting is art where you happen to use a paintbrush. We're an art class where we happen to use computers. And this one right here, they took 4 or 5 different pictures of 4 or 5 different students, and then each one they cropped out. We use digital cameras to take our own photographs, and you can incorporate the other types of art. You can paint, scan that in, and use your painting for a movie poster or an advertisement or things like that. Yeah, for teacher time, I just get everybody's attention and show them how to do a trick a day, or a technique, or an example of an idea, and then for the rest of the class, I just go around helping individually, one-on-one.
As a student. You're a great teacher, you know that?
Oh, thank you for saying that.
I feel like we're developing a friendship bond.
No, it's not professional. It's not friends.
You remember when you told me that
I use teacher time at the beginning of class to show the whole class a concept or technique, and then throughout the rest of the day I can just help apply that individually to each student as they need it, as they see fit. They can incorporate it in their own creative way. And some days I literally need 3 clones of myself to get around everybody, and some days everybody thinks that they know what they're doing. They're like, "Oh, we don't need you today, Mr. Cox." And so, does anybody else need help on something? Can I help someone? Nobody else?
you're not needed anymore. They want help from you.
But they do need me terribly, and I think that there's no way anybody should ever cut this class, because they do need me all the time, every day. So let's see here. I'm going to bypass a few more of them. This one is the same thing basically as the one that student did. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know if they actually wrote on his face or not. I just know that they didn't have to. If they chose to write all over his face, you could do that. That's one way to do it. Or you could just write the number 23 on a sheet of paper a bunch of times and put it on a layer on top of the face, put it on overlay. It's real simple. A student did this one, and they didn't use the darkroom here because we were in a different building at the time, but they did the same premise. They used like a different dark room basically. They had sort of a different setup up at the other building. It was essentially the same thing, and again he just had that good lighting from the side where you can kind of catch the glow, and that's how he did this. He had to use Photoshop only to add the words, and then to bump up the contrast a little bit, and then to flip it to a negative, like the things that were dark, he flipped them to be light. So.
Hi, I'm Tommy Beard. I'm a junior here at Auburn High School. I decided to take graphic design because I thought it would be fun, enjoyable. Let me try to be creative to some extent. Produce some images, Photoshop some animal heads onto my enemies.
Graphic design, what it means is visual communication. You're just trying to communicate a message visually, and so it's existed since before computers. Like Napoleon riding on the horse, he was communicating a message that he is an important person. and dollar bills. That's graphic design. It's visual communication. So that's the meaning of what graphic design is. Let's print it out, trace it, and then we scan in the tracing of it and stick it in this slot just directly over his face. So it was easy to do. It's just it's not what it seems. You know, it looks like it would be just a photograph. So let me see here. So this kind of thing, we've done stuff like this before.
Hey, I'm Jessica. I'm taking graphic design this year, and I've really learned a lot from it. It's been such a fun class. Mr. Cox is like the best teacher ever. He's so cool, and he's always willing to help you. This class has really taught me like how to be creative and like how to like think on my feet and like come up with new ideas. And I really enjoyed it.
Hi, my name is Hannah McPherson. I'm attending the Art Institutes of Colorado in July for graphic design. I'm going to be a major there, and the reason I did that is because I started in this class really with graphic design and Mr. Cox, and I started from the very beginning cutting things off the internet and just using other people's ideas, and then really my talents just kind of flourished, and I've decided that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And most people don't think of graphic design as an actual practical career, but the rise of need for people in the world today to do graphic design is growing, and so is the salaries and opportunities. And so I recently won a second place award in an area competition for the graphic design poster I did of Christoph's face. It's like half black, half white. It's got like red on his eyes or something. Really, I just came in one day and needed a one-day project. I mean, it didn't even take that long, and I just painted his face and then took a picture in the dark room, put on some different contrasting things and some typography, and it was done. And I really am thankful to have such a very efficient and natural touch for this field. And so I suggest anyone who doesn't know what they want to do to test this out, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
So that's pretty much graphic design in a nutshell. If you have any questions, you can contact me anytime. My email address is rccox@auburnschools.org. And thanks for stopping by.